we're going to deal with that subtracting integer problems. Now this is the third case that we are going to deal with, where you subtract a positive from negative. Okay, so from negative, let's think about -6, but you are going to subtract a positive number. Okay, so you got -6 minus 4. Every time each subtraction is adding the opposite, so therefore we could rewrite this as an addition problem. -6 add, okay, subtraction sign to addition, add the opposite. This 4 was a positive number. Okay, now you make it -4. -6 plus -4 happen to be a same sign addition problem. So for this one the answer is -10. Therefore the answer for this one is also -10. That's what we are going to do in this section. Subtract a positive from negative, where you add the opposite. Basically both of them turns into be negative, and then we get the answer as -10. The two are the applications. I just wanted to deal with that also a little bit on this one. So the first application is when you solve equations. For example, x plus 4 is equal to -6. Now what you need to do is you have to actually isolate x value. In order to isolate, you have to actually subtract 4 here. So you do the same thing over here. -6 minus 4. So you have to evaluate that. -6 minus 4, you add the opposite, -6 plus -4. That's the truth. Now when we evaluated the integers correctly, we got the answer. X value would have been -10 on that. That's why this one says -10 plus 4 is -6. Now that equation happened to be true, but we isolated x through some inverse operations. If you see an addition here, you subtract, then you actually isolate that x value, but you subtract that on the other side over here. -6 minus 4. Now -6 minus 4, or you subtract -6 plus -4, and you get the answer. X value is -10. Another thing is when you have a table for calculating the slope of the table, the xy. So let's think about x1 here, x2 here, y1 here, y2 here. Now the formula for calculating the slope is always y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's think about a problem where x1 is 1, x2 is 2, but imagine you have to deal with something. This value is 4, this value is -6. Now when you are going to think about y2, that's -6. y1 is subtract. You use this subtraction sign here. That's going to be a +4 divided by x2 is 2, x1 is 2 minus 1. Now -6 minus 4. Here also you have to evaluate. -6 plus -4, it's -10 divided by 2 minus 1 is 1. So the slope or the rate of change for this table happen to be -10. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Here also you are using that kind of subtraction, where you subtract a positive number from a negative number. That can happen in also in x values, but I just wanted to explain those two cases, solving equations and also calculating the slope.